Welcome to AEC Today. Today we're here in Orange, New Jersey at our Canaan French Church for their Women's Ministry Day. Let's go inside and check out how they celebrate their women. When we arrived, Sabbath school was in full swing, and it was good to see a nice crowd gathered for the discussion. Service then transitioned to praise and worship. Once a processional of beautiful women made their way down the aisle, we knew service was about to begin, and the ladies looked so lovely as they lined the platform, ready to serve. Women's Ministry leader Carol Gauthier welcomed all who were in attendance, recognizing several visitors from the community as well as other churches. Then it was our chance to greet each other, which is always a nice touch to any program. Later, Carol shared with us why the day was important for Canaan women.
Because I believe in the church, women are playing an important role. Because they are the pole of the church. Without us, there is no church. And we are the brain of the church. And we are the prayer warriors for the church. So to have a special day for them to celebrate so they know who they are, why they are important in the church, so they can make the church more solid. We can have a better church, especially in this time that we are living.
After the scripture reading, children's story, and various musical selections, it was time to introduce the speaker. And the speaker for the day was none other than Sister Regine Pierre-Antoine. The title of her message was The Secret Weapon to Spiritual Warfare.
This is your secret weapon. If you want to reach perfection, the secret weapon to spiritual warfare is prayer, church. This is a weapon that the enemy wishes that we never use.
What a powerful word. After service, we spoke to Sister Pierre-Antoine about what she hoped the women would take away from the day's message.
Today, I really hope the ladies took away that there is power in prayer. And many times as women, we get caught up in our own worlds, our own responsibilities, and we don't really take the time to pray. And that the enemy knows that. And that is why he is after our souls and our homes and our lives to destroy us. But we know best that there is power in prayer, and the only way to make it is to have that constant communication with Christ through prayer.
Well, we enjoyed our time here at Canaan French Church for their Women's Ministry Day. Now we're all powered up with our secret weapon of prayer and ready to go out and do more ministry. If you have a wonderful ministry going on at your church, please invite us. We'd love to be there. Thank you for joining us on this episode of AEC Today. Welcome to AEC Today. We're here at the Bethlehem French Church in Reading, Pennsylvania to celebrate a very special day, their district day with our Shekinah Church of Allentown. It's going to be a full day, jam-packed. I'm looking forward to it. Hope you are too. Arriving at the corner of Chapel Terrace and Cotton Street, one could not help but admire the beautiful edifice with equally beautiful landscaping. Upon entering the walkway, guests were greeted with red carpet treatment and welcomed inside the church. Sabbath school was going on inside for the adults and outside on the lawn for the young people. Then it was time for the worship service, where we enjoyed congregational singing, choir selections, and special music from various individuals. President Fordham was the chosen speaker for the day and opened the service with invocation. We received a special welcome from the pulpit, and then we were able to greet one another. Later in the service, the little ones gathered up front for their children's story. And then they were asked to remain for another special service, the baby blessing for Pastor John Mazanov and his wife's newest addition. It was important for them to have the baby blessing during the Unity Day so that both churches could share in the celebration of their new addition. Elder Fordham had the privilege of conducting the blessing and sharing some words of counsel to the new parents of 3.
Even before you knew this child,
Avant même côté où nous te connaissons vraiment.
God knew this child.
Bon Dieu te connaît déjà.
Bible tells us that even as this child was being formed in the womb,
La Bible dit tant que ce monde t'a formé dans les
God
cellules.
knew this child.
Bon Dieu te déjà connaît déjà.
He had a plan for this
Il est
child.
déjà planifié pour lui déjà.
And not only was he willing to give his life for this
Non
child,
seulement tu es prêt pour te bailler une ville pour petite sœur,
but he did give his
mais
life
il
for
va
this
une ville
child.
pour petite sœur.
And there will come a day
Il y a un jour qui va venir.
when God will require the two of you, both husband and wife,
Le bon Dieu a demandé et madame et mari.
to give account for this child that he has given you
Est-ce que
to.
vous êtes capable d'expliquer, mais soit pas petit, t'as débordé bien.
How will you answer that day?
C'est qui j'en parle répondre un jour ça?
Pastor, even though
Pasteur, bien que,
as priest of the home,
ou c'est un monde qui a prêché,
you have a very important responsibility.
ou une grosse responsabilité.
And you must be careful because in a few days, this child will wrap you around her little finger.
Il va précaution parce que ça, il va pas passer dans Jésus bien bientôt.
Congrats once again to the Maisonov family. Service then transitioned to the pastor, offering his own words of welcome. He took the time to recognize individuals from both of his churches, his first elders, as well as their wives, and then also our own President Fordham and his wife. Now imagine my surprise when I heard my own name being called, and Sister Maisonov quickly came to interpret for me what was being said since the service was in French. I was surprised, but of course it's always a pleasure to serve and be able to address our constituents. Then it was time for Elder Fordham to deliver the message of the hour.
We will not go to heaven robed in a character that looks unlike Jesus.
Nous pas pral dans ciel là avec un caractère qui pas
We
semblable
can't
à
borrow
Jésus. Nous pas qu'à prêter,
We can't inherit it.
nous pas qu'à bien en
We've got to
héritage.
have it.
Nous supposons
And it's
gagner.
the work of a lifetime.
Et travail, ça la prenons toute une vie.
After service, a wonderful meal was prepared downstairs and outside for all attendees. And what a spread it was, not to mention absolutely delicious. We spoke to a few individuals about what it meant for them to participate in the Unity Day.
What I enjoy is the worship service, and after church, everybody got together and united. That's cool.
It's a positive way that, we've been together. We've been united together, but, because of we're growing, and then we start getting, she kind of, Bethlehem is the mother of the church because we used to be together with them. So now because we're getting bigger, so we have our own name at Shekinah Church. So meaning that, we always been together, and God is unity between God and three spirits, and then that's why Shekinah and Bethlehem will stay together as unified it is right now.
As a church, churches should be doing that every year. That should be an every year type of thing, because when churches come together, you all come together, and doing going around the community and talking to the people of the community, it brings people together. And basically unity, if we have unity, once you go around and tell people about the Lord and everything, they even have a chance to go up to heaven, and that's a great accomplishment that you could do for Christ.
Jesus didn't have any barrier to preach anybody. Anybody who comes his way will be able to receive the message, because he uses a tactic, he uses services. So you don't need to speak a language to serve, you can serve anybody. So this day, today is a big day, a big event, and the we can say the calendar of the district of Reading.
Later that afternoon, Pastor Maisonov gathered members from both churches to begin their community outreach project, which consisted of handing out a bottle of laundry or dishwashing soap with the following message: "This little soap can wash your hands or dishes, but Jesus can wash away your sins. He died for you, and he is coming soon. Get ready." The bag also included a laminated copy of the 10 Commandments in English or Spanish. With such a high day, we asked Pastor Maisonov to reflect on the purpose and significance of this Unity Day.
My dream was to try to put everybody together, especially the district, to make sure that I have all the members on the same page. We understand that it's very important to go in our community to let everybody know that Jesus is good, and this is that church goal. This is the church mission, to inform to tell people about Jesus. And then we wanted to take this moment to encourage all the church members to have a positive impact in the community, especially spiritually. We thank God for our family, and then today was our baby dedication. That we thank the conference media, we thank the conference president, everybody who come around to support us. That we really appreciate that.
As expected, it was a wonderful day here at Bethlehem French at the Unity Day, celebrating Bethlehem and Shekinah. Wonderful program. We enjoyed this music. We enjoyed a message from our president, the special baby blessing. She's so adorable. And also the songs and fellowship afterwards with wonderful food. Delicious, delicious. And going out into the community. As you can see, I have my shirt. Different churches had their different shirts on, going out into the community, handing out things. It was a wonderful day. Concert, just so much going on. And I want to say a special thank you to you all for my plaque. I think it's very beautiful and it will be on my desk. Thank you for inviting us. We enjoyed ourselves. And we hope you enjoyed this episode of AEC Today. Remember, invite us to your church. Let us see what's going on where you are. Thank you. We'll see you next time. On this episode of AEC Today, we're at the Haitian Youth Retreat. On Friday, activities were going on all around the Pine Forge grounds. There were sports such as basketball and soccer. There were young people earning honors. And there was even a group who were learning a cheer.
Don't miss it for the world. Give me an H. Holy city. P. Everlasting joy. A. All of God's people. B. Victory. E. Everything new. N. No more pain. Heaven. Don't miss it for the world.
There were also some very interesting discussions going on throughout the campus. One was led by Pastor Donald Roll, who led a discussion on what are you looking for in a mate.
What we want to do is we want to empower you to make better decisions, because some of y'all dating some knuckleheads right now.
Now this topic provoked some very rousing responses.
We need somebody that's tall, as females will
The second thing on the list behind spiritual. The first one was she has to be willing to give up the phone for him to look through as a sign of trust.
Jonathan Kwaku was also leading a different discussion about the life of Christ.
So Jesus is growing up. He's growing facial hair. He's getting bigger. At one point, he was shorter than his mother, and then he became what? Taller than his mother, and he even had a regular job. Anybody know what he did for a living? Carpenter, yeah. He had to go to work.
During the Sabbath service, the Pine Forge Academy gym was packed with young people, a great number in their uniforms. There was a praise and worship team, a great puppet show, and a few remarks from various leaders. One came from our own AEC youth director, Pastor Patrick Graham.
Bon ça va? Oh, y'all didn't know I had it like that, right? Yeah. I want to say that all of our nationalities and all of our ethnicities should be able to learn from what is going on this weekend. From Thursday, Friday, today, and tomorrow, I must truly say, you guys have filled my heart to understand that what you do, we can mimic and bring it throughout the whole conference.
The message was delivered by Pastor Donald Roll, who challenged the congregation to be excited about the second coming of Jesus.
When Christ is leading you to the throne, all you have to do is lock hands with him while he just moves past your sin. Excuse me. He moves past your trouble. Excuse me. Move past your guilt. Excuse me. And because you're with him and you hold on to him, you just repeat after him. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. I don't need no damage, but excuse me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Excuse me. I once was damaged, but now I'm delivered. Excuse me. The only way, and I'm going to let you know the truth, the only way you make it to the kingdom is through Jesus Christ. He says, I am the way, and the, you got to do that better than that. I am the way, the truth, and the what? Light. No man comes unto the Father but by me. Oh, you got it. Y'all working. The only way you get there is through him.
Later that afternoon, Pastor Graham spoke to some of the organizers and attendees at the retreat.
Hey everybody, I'm here with my good friend Eben-Ezer St. Luke, Pastor St. Luke, who is the coordinator to the Haitian pastors and Haitian churches that come together in our ministerium. And I'm telling you, I'm excited about today. I really am, and I know you can tell that I am. We have about 400 or 500 kids?
Yes, about 500.
About 500 kids who's just ready to do this. Did you think that it was going to look like this years ago? Did you imagine that it would be this big?
Well, we always have hope, but we didn't expect that we would have so many people, young people, to come this year as we have them.
Awesome. How long ago did this thing start up? Where did this come from that you wanted the Haitian Franco group to be able to have their youth involved in ministry?
Well, I remember when I was pastor in Philadelphia, we started to come here with 50 people.
50.
And 24 years ago. So through the years, our young people grew up, and this is it today. So we are so excited. We are so happy about what happened.
This theme, heaven. What do you think about heaven?
Well, heaven is the last goal we have to reach. Everybody, we have faith, we have hope, and Jesus promised us to take us to heaven. So this is why we are so joyful, we are so happy, because we know Jesus will come very soon to get us. And fortunately, our young people believe that too. So this is why they come every week, every year here to praise, to worship, and to do everything.
I really enjoyed Pastor Donald's role. Yesterday I went to his session, and he really interacts with the youth, which I really like. And you really understand, and he explains the way God wants us to see things better.
So you enjoyed it?
Yes.
Miss?
I don't know. To be honest with you, I just got here this morning.
Oh man, you're not supposed to say that. John, you did an awesome job. Got them young people talking, got them busy going on. That didn't even look like Sabbath school. But we know what Sabbath school, but seminar type. We're here talking about heaven. Come on, just unpack what happened this morning.
Well, this morning with the Sabbath school, we wanted to hit a different perspective of heaven, right? So the idea was to do the 5 W's and how, who's in heaven? Jesus, right? What is heaven? When? Where? And today we decided to hit why should we go there? What's the point, right? I think we need to know why. We don't reflect and ask ourselves why and how. How do we get there? And the idea was to get people thinking about why to go to heaven, more than just as some type of prize at the end of the road. The journey is important too, being with Jesus. When we ask the question, if heaven wasn't a guarantee, would you still be interested in having a relationship with Jesus? And we wanted young people to think that it's not about, what can I get out of it in that sense, but the relationship with Jesus is huge, and heaven should just be the cherry on top,
This is my friend Nadej. She is the camp director.
Yes.
And I think for 2 years now.
For 2 years now.
Right, so we know this thing's been going on for years, okay?
Yes.
And inside,
it's great.
It's great.
It's booming.
It's booming. It is. How did it get like this? What's the? Tell me.
The secret
sauce?
Formula?
What's the formula? And don't tell me Haitian mangoes. What's the formula? Come on.
I think what it is that our Haitian pastors, our Haitian youth come together every single year, and we plan 6 months in advance. And we start telling our young people what the theme is, what to get ready for. And every single year it gets larger and larger, and the excitement builds and builds and builds.
I'm here now talking to Carol, who is the president of the Haitian Federation. I just want to start off by asking you, every pastor have on their master guide Are you declaring that all the pastors should be Master Guide Pathfinders?
Yes, because they are part of us.
Right.
So we need them to be involved. So most of them had, their Master Guide training back in Haiti.
Right.
And some did here.
Right.
And then they said they are training also at the seminary as Master Guides.
That's true.
And I want them to be in uniform.
Right.
So because we can be a good army for Christ.
And that's exactly what it looks like in this building. Yes. I just want everybody to know that in this building there's an army of young people ready for service, and I want to thank you for being one of the divisions of that great army. The theme is heaven.
Don't miss it for the world.
Don't miss it for the world.
And we're not going to miss it.
No, we're not.
And you and I, we must be there.
Yeah, we'll be there together. Do you think that having this type of Federation retreat, this type of Federation camp is something that we should continue to do year after year?
I definitely think you should continue to do it year after year. I think it's a place where people can come together in fellowship and just focus on, you know what, this Christian walk is not meant to be alone, but it's supposed to be cohesive. We're supposed to do it together. And I think an event like this definitely reminds us of that.
So today we're going to be doing drilling, drum corps, and all of that. Why do we still do that?
Well, I can tell you personally my experience. Which I'm pretty sure a lot of churches may or may not experience. A lot of Pathfinders, they grow out of it and they don't want to be Pathfinders anymore. So what we started having is bringing drum corps into the Haitian Youth Federation side and having churches and young people interested in drumming. And right now we have about an active 4 drum corps. Right. They enjoy competition, they enjoy competing each other, and they enjoy performing. You'll get a chance to see about 3 of them put together today to walk for the processional after church ends. We also have drill teams, so they're able to kind of expose to that stuff and get into competition, but also learn the discipline side of it, learn the teamwork side of it, and really through that, a lot of them are still connected to Pathfinding. And on the other end, they get to set an example for those that are not part of drill team or not part of drum corps. I can tell you, being here, I've had 2 kids come up to me and ask me, how do I join drum corps? Wow. So definitely the ministry is alive and well.
Good. My friend from Harlem is with us, and I'm grateful that he's with us. Donald Rowe, Pastor Donald Rowe. Yes. And he had a great sermon today for our young people. They were really engaged. It was about heaven, and I know that you were in Revelation.
Yeah.
When they read the scripture, I said, "Oh boy, where is he going?"
I know, right? What's going on
with these kids? Come on, help us with that.
I think us as Adventists, it's part of our DNA to have an end time focus. I think that many times as it's been done in a manner to induce fear, to make people scared. And I don't think that the Book of Revelation is like that. I don't need to get into a theological, discourse about that. But just to get people excited about the fact that Christ is coming. Sure. That He's doing all that He can to get you a spot. You're invited. Wow. You're loved. You're accepted. Wow. And so leaving all the beasts, ghouls, and goblins aside. You have Jesus in the book too, and I think to just try to firm up and shore up our faith in Him, regardless of what may happen, signs of the times and all this other stuff, that we can be rock solid.
During the afternoon program, there was a question and answer period that engaged all age groups, and that was followed by an awesome all-girls jam session. So you got to see some of the highlights from the Haitian Youth Retreat, but trust me, there were so many more activities going on that weekend. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time on AEC Today.
Maranatha, what church you represent?
Salem SDA.
Salem, let's keep it clear. No throwing sticks. Let's go. No throwing sticks. No throwing sticks. Who's starting?
I've been started, though.
He been started. He says the Sabbath. You go.
No, lad, he said.
He's playing now.
Woo! That's blocked.
Keep it simple.
Yes!
Oh, he says,
I haven't seen him touch the drum. I haven't seen him touch the drum. I haven't seen him touch his drum. I haven't seen him.
It was the win.
episode of AEC Today, we celebrate a milestone with our Haitian Youth Federation. Welcome to AEC Today. Members of our Haitian Youth Federation gathered this spring, as they always do, for their annual youth retreat. But this year, it was extra special because they were celebrating 25 years of retreating right here on Pine Porch grounds. This year's theme was Pass the Torch, Fuel the Flame, and with close to 700 campers present, that's what they were doing. They kicked off Friday morning with seminars throughout the grounds. The youth were learning about how to be effective in their ministries when they go back to their communities. It was awesome. Now, the youth not only listened, but they had the opportunity to share their thoughts as well.
I like coming to camp because I get to see my family and friends and cousins, and I like playing with them, and I like playing sports here.
I like meeting new people, and I like spreading God's love.
I'd say the cabins because not only are they cozy, but you're able to socialize with your friends, kind of like a sleepover type thing.
It's a good thing that, you know, we have all the churches come to one place to worship the Lord, you know, learn a lot of stuff about our own situations and what we're going through, and, you know, get a lot of experience from it.
By far, my favorite thing about coming to camp is like just getting to meet all these new kids and like having like all these experiences with everyone new and just like coming back to meet somebody new like every year. I mean, it's really fun.
Get to relax and chill with my bros. Like, I mean, my mom, she comes on Saturdays, but for the other 3 days, it's me, I'm chilling. Like, it's just me and my friends, we having fun.
My favorite thing about coming to camp is basketball and the sports they got, and watching the people play basketball.
I like learning about God, and I like doing fun activities with my friends. We get to meet new kinds of stuff, and we get to do activities.
I love coming to hang out with my friends.
And the food also is very good. So I think that's my favorite thing about camp.
We get to learn a lot more things about Jesus, and we also can all get together in our culture.
Listening to a sermon and the pastor preaching, giving us some knowledge and power, you know. Yeah.
Meeting everyone, all the new people, and having fun, and then leaving with new numbers so you can contact them after you leave.
My favorite thing about coming to these retreats is, number one, Saturday night popping, and two, just like, you know, like the worship and all that, because like you get closer to God, and then like it's a real good spiritual connection. But yeah, the Saturday night be popping, so if you ain't been to camp, come every year.
The younger crowd was also having some fun of their own, singing and dancing, having a great time. They were also acting out plays that they themselves wrote and directed. Pretty impressive stuff. Now, after the morning seminars, it was time for lunch, and I have to admit, I was very anxious for this portion of the program. I really wanted to try out some of the Haitian cuisine, and I did have the opportunity to do that.
All right, we're here with Chef Vito. And you're a professional chef, that's correct?
Pretty much, that's what they say.
Okay, so we want to learn a little bit about Haitian cuisine, all right? Sure. So before we try what was being served for lunch, give us a little bit about background on Haitian cuisine. What are some of the staples?
Haitian cuisine almost like Louisiana, like down Creole cuisine. If you, some of the stuff like on the plate here, you'll see we use a lot of vegetables. Since as Seventh-day Adventists in our church, we do not really eat meat. Some people choose to eat meat, but we advise them not to eat meat. So because of that, we try to create a lot of vegetable dishes that we use back home, and we use it here. But they used to put meat in it, but us, we've done it without meat. So for example, the middle thing, that's a gumbo.
Gumbo.
It's a gumbo.
Gumbo.
Kalalu
okay.
Gumbo. What it is, it's a gumbo with like a ragu sauce and the Haitian seasoning, which is a spice we make. That spice pretty much in all the Haitian food, and you have the same flavor. Okay. What's in that spice is a lot of herb, a lot of spices like green onions, peppers, jalapeno peppers, Jamaican peppers. It's a spice that they put on meat to season the meat up, but that's what gives the food the base, you know, the taste.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and taste it since you're talking about it.
Is that good?
Very good.
Very good.
Great combination of spices. This is really good. Okay. Now what
And
we have next?
What we have over here, it's a basic plain, the steamed like spinach. But back home we have something that called lalo also. But we don't have it here all the time, all season. It's not an all season thing. We have it in the summertime. We can have the lalo, but we make it like a spinach, like a steamed spinach, as a vegetable. We season it up, also marinate it up, let it steam and cook, break it down like the steamed spinach. But you still have that spice, that flavor spice. You can taste it. That little flavor spice in it. That's what makes it different.
I'm not a big fan of spinach, but this is good.
It's not bad at all. It's not bad at all.
All right.
And as you all can see, like over here, we call this soup, like black bean soups.
Okay.
But in Haiti, so-called sauce puree. We use it as a base. Like the white rice, we usually have either black bean soups or red bean soups or any type of beans to go with the white rice. And this is a cornmeal. Basic cornmeal, season it up, marinate it up, steam it, and it comes out. Break it down as you can. You see the flavors in it.
Nice, yeah.
And you could see the marinated all the spice we talked about.
Everything's very flavorful. Very good. I like everything on this plate.
Appreciate it.
And I'm a picky eater.
Seriously.
This is really good. Really good. Great.
And as you know, we have a team in the kitchen. I have a team in the kitchen that we've done work in the church back, in Jersey, that work with me when we do events. So I bring them with me here to get this event, to help with this event. So.
Now you said how many people are you serving this weekend?
620.
620.
620 Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday before they leave.
Okay.
620.
Great.
620.
What are some other dishes they're gonna have?
Actually, tomorrow we'll have a vegetarian type of meat, almost like a stew meat, but vegetarian because we don't eat meat. It's a base of vegetarian meat, peppers, sliced onions, and we put some nice tomato in it to marinate it up, and with that spice again, and we let it cook, simmer. Yeah, spinach in it, and we have that militon. That's the name of it, militon, but the name is a squash. It's a squash. You roast it, let it steam. We put vegetables, all the vegetables in it, carrots, spinach, green beans. So it's a mix of all the veggies, which is, I think, that makes our diet. It's pretty good diet.
Right.
I think it's our diet, pretty good diet. And that's as you know, the base of Haitian food is it's a rice. Okay. It's a rice.
So
as you can see, the staples. As you can see, us like this over here, the base is potatoes and all this. But us, it's rice. Just like the islanders. We usually rice is the base of the food. And sauce pois, or sometimes we make rice. Tomorrow we're gonna make a rice and beans also. That goes with the legume.
And I saw some potato salad being made too.
Potato salad. It's a beet salad. You have to try that beet salad.
Yes.
We have a specialty. So the one of the chef that makes it, that's her specialty. Very good. You have to taste it. It's a beet salad.
We'll have to come back.
The beets has some mix with some potatoes, onions, and some peppers, and she put some eggs in it too. So it should be very, very good. Very good.
Well,
we
great.
have that most of the time.
Thanks for educating us on Haitian cuisine. If you have never tried it, please do. It's delicious. And I'm not just saying that. It's really, really good.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Chef Vito. Appreciate
Thank
what
you very
you're doing.
much. Thank you very
Great
much.
meal.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
The food was really delicious. I'm glad I tried it. Now, moving on to Sabbath morning, service began with praise and worship, which is always a good time. And then there was prayer because, we all need that, right? One highlight of the service for me was the all-girl band. These ladies were really jamming, and all in Jesus' name. And since we were celebrating 25 years, there were certainly a few individuals that needed to be thanked. Our adventurers highlighted those who contributed to their ministry through the Youth Federation. And Kel Gauthier, who served as the Haitian Youth Federation president for lots of years, recognized some members from our AEC office, Oraton Claremont, the administrative assistant for youth ministries, and our youth director, Pastor Patrick Graham. Now, I didn't get a chance to learn any Creole over the weekend, but Pastor Graham certainly gave it a try.
Bonjour, frères et sœurs. Moi, très content. Vincent quand arrivé. En France, c'est fier de toute nation. Yo. Et moi, voulons-nous connaître que nous, mêmes Haitians, yo gain puissance. fait une grande partie des conférences là et Allegheny East. I want you to know that we will never let you go. Moi, Raymond, nous yeah, I love you with all my heart.
Great effort, Pastor Graham. Much better than I think I would have done myself. The word was brought to us by Pastor Reuben Joseph, a pastor from Florida Conference. He shared a message that centered around being ready for Christ's soon return.
Understand the urgency of getting right with God. The Bible is full of prophecies telling us how the world is going to end. People are making many predictions, but they are wrong. If you want a real answer, you have to go to the Word of God. Some people go to psychics to ask about the future. Puis on demande ça va passer dans le futur. Mais c'est Jésus seul qui compte ça va passer dans le futur. Et nous qui adventistes du 7e jour, nous qui chrétiens, nous connaissons ça va passer. That's why we must pass the torch. We must shine our lights for the world to see and to know what time they're living in.
In addition to speaking on Sabbath, Pastor Joseph interacted with the youth throughout the entire weekend. So we asked him what he hoped the youth would take away from the experience.
I wanted them to know that they are the light. That torch that they're talking about is not a thing, it's really them. So we came here to fuel them up so that they can go back to their community and shine their lights for Jesus.
We also wanted to find out from him what's so unique about Haitian Adventists.
Haitian Seventh-day Adventists, it's special because American Adventist is a culture. Let me just rephrase it this way. Caucasian Adventist is a culture. Black American Adventist is a culture. Haitian American is a culture of their own. So they're neither white, they're neither American, but there's Haitian American. They have to have that little Creole in between, when they're having worship. Yeah, they're gonna pray, they're gonna have, you deserve it and all that good stuff, but they gotta live, man. It's like, it's gonna be some Haitian, culture that really gets them going. So they feel like they have a message, but it's kind of unique to who they can really give it to. You see what I'm saying to you? They can't really relate to everybody like that. So they're very special in that way. So the kids, really, they feel like, in a sense, maybe, I don't know if that's a negative or a positive, but they feel like they're in a limbo. See what I'm saying to you? Like, sometimes the church is too conservative for them. The Haitian churches are too conservative for them. And other churches are too liberal for them. So they're just there. And that's why we need to keep having these programs to let them know that they fit. Whatever they put their mind to, they can do it. And if they don't want to be associated with some type of culture, they could create their own culture. And I think that's what they're doing here.
And after the service closed, there was a parade with hundreds of adventurers and pathfinders marching around the grounds. And boy, they marched and marched and marched some more. And at the conclusion, Pastor Graham addressed them before they dismissed. Later on that evening, there was a wonderful concert that featured choirs and groups from all of our Haitian churches. That was a great time. Now, after sunset, it was time to have some fun. And there was lots for the children to enjoy. There were inflatables, such as the gladiator games where they were trying to knock each other off of their post. And then the traditional moon bounces where kids were just simply jumping up and down, falling on around, having a great time. One of my kids' favorite was the spinning rides with the lights and, of course, kid-friendly speed. It was a great time for all. They even had a video game trailer with games inside and outside, and our youth were having an awesome time. We even enjoyed treats like popcorn and cotton candy. Who can resist that? And inside the gym was a friendly game of basketball. Now, while all of this action was going on around the grounds, we pulled Carol aside to have her share with us the history of the retreat.
We started back in 1992, exactly April 1992. And it was a small group coming here on the campground to do like a youth retreat. 50, 60, then the next year become 80. And the third year, I was invited to join. And then we decided to invite all the other churches. And we start to get, 10 from, we didn't have that many churches at that time. So we start to invite, to have like 10 people from each church or 20. And then we continue growing. And we used to use the school cafeteria. It could not hold us because we passed the number. Then even we are at the center now, but we have to get another place for overflow. We start the worship at the church. Services was great, but on Saturday, we have the fellowship hall filled with chairs. And it was too small for us. We went to the gym. Last year, we had 800 in the gym. And we still had quite a few people outside walking, So, and this year, we filled the pavilion, right? And this year, 1992, 2017, make it 25 years. And our youth enjoy it. And year after year, we have more youth coming. And we have a lot of supporters, parents, family, friends. Even they're not young, but they enjoy coming on the campground of Allegheny East Conference.
And we couldn't end the weekend without getting Pastor Graham's thoughts on what happened.
Pass the torch, fuel the flame. It was awesome. Every Easter, our Haitian community comes out, Federation, and they just have a great experience. This time it was a whole lot more because it was their 25th year anniversary. And I'm glad that we were a part of it under the Youth Ministry Department. And I'm telling you, souls were just won today, and the young people were all together. Right now, they're having a great time outside. They have the carnival all set up out there, all having great music and great fun. And now, for the finale tonight, fireworks. We're gonna fuel the flame.
And indeed, it was a great weekend that ended with a bang. Congratulations to our Haitian Youth Federation on 25 years of your youth retreat. May God continue to bless your ministry. And we thank you for joining us on this episode of AEC Today. If you would like for us to visit you and your church, please reach out to us. We'd love to come see you too. We'll see you next time.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are here at the gymnasium.
I'll be happy
here with the communication director, Latasha Hewitt. How you feeling tonight, Latasha Hewitt?
You're not in the way at all, okay?
How you feeling, Latasha Hewitt?
I'm feeling great.
Feeling great?
Excellent, excellent.
How you feel about this 25th year anniversary?
It feels wonderful. I feel like we should celebrate even longer than a week.
Oh!
You got this.
At least say more. Are you okay?
Look, your first question was, did you get that? Now, are you okay?
I'm sorry. No, you didn't ask me. It's all right. I'm sorry.
In this episode of AEC Today, we're visiting one of our churches who's offering a little something different to its members and community. Okay, now how many churches do you know are graduating full classes of certified nursing aides? Well, we know of one in Allegheny East Conference. Located on the corner of Hillcrest and Reading Avenue in Trenton, New Jersey, it's our Bethel French Church. That's right, last December, 17 church and community members marched through the sanctuary to culminate a 5-week course of certified nursing aid training. Now you may ask yourself, what would prompt a church to organize a program like this? We just had to find out.
When I came to this church, and they keep asking people, our members, to give tithe and offerings, but we never give them anything. We're just asking them to give tithe and offerings. And when I came here, that's a year and a half ago, I said we need to do something to put them in to work, and they can bring tithe and offerings. This is why we are 14 people graduate today, and we expect them to go to work, and now they have something in their hand. They can support their family, and they can bring money to the church, and everybody can be happy.
So once they established what they wanted to do, they found a school who could accommodate their budget. It was the Broadway Vocational Technical School. And they also found an instructor who happened to also be the dean of the school, who was willing to work with them on this program. Some of the graduates shared with us what the journey was like for them while they were completing the program.
The whole thing was really fun, and I feel really good about it, that I accomplished it and stuff. So
I'll take the challenge and see how far I could go and how far I could accomplish in the medical field.
The dean of the school, who was also their instructor, was very pleased with the work ethic of the class from Bethel French.
They were a very, very disciplined young people, amazing to work with, always willing to learn, and most of all, they have a lot of compassion, empathy in their heart. They understand, they want to learn, they want to keep going, and it was the easiest thing I ever done to teach this class here, and it was a pleasure.
As we went through the graduation service, it was great to hear the various musical selections from individuals as well as the choir. Of course, inspirational words were given to the graduates by numerous individuals: the class valedictorian, the pastor, and the keynote speaker. And he shared some very interesting information on the heritage of Haitian achievement.
So today, when you're looking at our Haitian women, they are not only CNAs, they are not only LPNs, they are not only RNs, they don't have only their BSN, their masters. Some of them are even working at the corporate level. So from the 1980s to now, they have accomplished a lot. They have moved from the factories into the hospitals.
Now, we all know that programs like this don't just come together without a team of dedicated people. So awards were given to several individuals who were very instrumental in the program's success. Then it was time for the highlight of the evening, the presentation of certificates. Each graduate proudly walked up to receive their document that sealed their hard work. And they also accepted some words of congratulations from dignitaries and paused for a little photo op with Pastor Louis-Jean. And this was their first graduation, but they don't plan to make it their last. They're looking to do even more classes, offer even more programs to their church members and community.
Not only for the nursing school, we have some brothers, and they are very interested in CDL, in getting CDL driver class, and they want to be a truck driver. And we plan to do that too. And we have a school, when we finish with this, we'll go into that school, talk to the school if we can get us some discount, and we will start it.
Bethel French Allegheny East is proud of what you're doing for your members and your community. And so is your pastor.
I'm glad. That's a blessing for us, and we're not going to stay here. We're going to, with them with LPN, and some of them going to BSN and to 2 years nursing. This is our goal for them. And other classes also in CNAs, we're going to start in February and other classes. Not only here at Bethel, but we're going to do the same thing at Capernaum also.
Well, thank you for joining us on this episode of AEC Today. We hope that you will invite us to your church so you can show us what you're doing in your area. Don't forget to visit our website, visit aec.org, and follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We want you to follow us. And don't forget, subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. Thank you for joining us, and remember, we're standing on the promises as we celebrate 50 years in God's ministry.